Today I am doing something like the last video that I did, but it's going to be a little bit different. Come along with me throughout this entire video and you will see everything that I have to offer you guys and will be offering to you guys coming up. Peace, love, and blessings. It is your girl Jcourdanie back with another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about how our feminine energy helps to bring us success in so many different ways in our lives, such as our discipline, such as our self-care, such as how we show up to others, how we show up for ourselves, how we show up in healing, how we show up in love and relationships, and everything else. As of this last week, I had a conversation with a young woman who is a little bit older than me, but she's not too much older. I am 23 years old. I am a young woman, yet I am still in my 20s. I am growing and I am learning constantly every single day. And I was going through a little bit of a hiccup. And I asked her and I came to her for advice. Mind you, I've only known this girl for about 2 days. And I asked her, I said, what am I doing wrong? How did you navigate through your relationship? Was there any type of hardships? Was there any type of lessons that you genuinely had to get under wraps to have that become your fiance, to be 27 and have all of the things that you do have going on inside of your life? And she told me, it starts with you. You're asking me, what do you think I think you should do? And you should be asking yourself that question. And she basically touched on the topic of feminine care, feminine expression, how our feminine energy is important and how it's important to stay in that energy. And over this past week, when I tell you I have encountered so many things and so many actions that aligns with what she told me, I'm starting to realize ever since I started to pour self-care into myself, ever since I started to heal, that has been the key of finding people who actually align with me, finding people who genuinely care, finding habits that I genuinely love and are making me feel expressive. I feel like feminine energy is the reason why I'm sitting in the front of this camera today. It is important to stay inside of your feminine energy because your feminine energy, believe it or not, helps balance you out. As women, we are women. We have to tap inside of ourselves. We have to realize the things that we want, the things that we deserve. We have to stay in our feminine energy and not be too quick to go out inside of our masculine energy, thinking that we have to go after things and that we have to be the alphas and stay zoned in into our energy and who we are, and know that who we are is enough. We have to realize that self-love starts with the care that we give into ourselves, that we pour into ourselves. And it really does start with feminine energy. The feminine energy that you have is what tells you, okay, I need to get up. I want to clip my nails. Maybe you don't like getting your nails done at a nail salon. Maybe you don't like the acrylics, but maybe you're like, okay, I want to start keeping myself up. I want to cut my nails down. I want to have good nail health. Why? Something in you, that self-care, that nourishment of a woman pushed out of you, that health that you wanted, it was right there in the center, and it had you be able to take care of yourself in a beautiful way as you're staying in your feminine energy. My feminine energy also has helped me be able to realize when I am staying in a masculine position. Your feminine energy is supposed to have you sit here and you are supposed to attract the things that truly do align with you and the things that you do to yourself. You cannot align with the things that you say that you want if you're not giving them to yourself. You're not pouring into yourself. You're not treating yourself with love. You say you want a guy to rub your feet and your feet has been hurting all week. Start with that massage. Start with that foot soak. It's not always about the money aspect of things. It's not always about, I can't afford to go out and go to a beautiful rainforest in Costa Rica. There's beautiful rivers around you. You have to go out and you have to seek those things. Healing my feminine energy has caused me to also be able to have strong boundaries within myself. When I realized the things that I loved within myself and the things that I was not lacking, I did not have to go out and try to set forth and find them in other people in other ways that weren't really serving me in the end. When you're in your feminine energy, you don't have to go after and try to be in an alpha male's position, as far as being like, I need this, I want this, you're attacking this. You do not chase, you attract. As a woman, you are going to be beautifully aligned with whatever God says is for you right at that time. You can be classified as a male, you can classify yourself as a it, a them, but everybody does have that yin and yang energy. When you're off in your feminine energy, it can mess up and imbalance the masculine energy. There's this nurturing sense about being a woman that we cannot stray from. That nurturing sense causes us to over exude how we care about others, as far as straying from ourselves. When we're pouring into others too much, when there's not necessarily a relationship established, when there's not necessarily those things being done to ourselves, it's because we strayed away from that. We have this thing, this nourishment in us that is causing us to give to this person more than we are giving to ourselves. You have to give to yourself in order to align with the things that you would like to carry out and that you would like to receive in the end. Honestly, being in your feminine energy isn't about what are you going to wear today that people are going to love, that society is going to find beautiful in me. What am I going to set myself up as so this guy can think I'm beautiful? When you realize your power as a woman, things start to change. When I tell you, I was like, hold on, who has the yoni in this situation? I can quite literally create life. You can create manifestations. When you're in your feminine energy, you don't have to worry about how things are going to work out for you. What I mean by that is, as far as relationships, it's not a, well, how does he feel about this? I hope they're going to like it if I go this way. How am I going to approach this situation to say that I don't like this? I want to go on dates. I want to cuddle at night. These are things that I desire. As a woman, it is important to speak these things, even as a human being, but being in your feminine energy is speaking up and saying the things that you want and actually attracting those things and getting them. But when you're not in your feminine energy, you are not speaking up for yourself. You are not saying certain things that you desire because you feel as though something inside of yourself is unaligned and it is off in your feminine energy that says, I cannot obtain that thing. This person is not going to give it to me. No matter what, I just don't need to speak on it. Even if that person is not meant to give you that beautiful blessing, life gives you lemons. You laugh. That's the importance of feminine energy, you guys. We are amazing. We run this, quite literally. You don't have to go outside of yourself to try to combat what the universe is trying to give you. This is an amazing angle. I wouldn't have thought this if the camera did not fall to this angle. And now we're here. As I've been finding myself, I've been finding it way more easier to stand up to things that I don't want. I've been finding it easier. I looked up at the clock and it said 222. It's been so much easier for me to say, I don't really want that. It's been so much easier for me to walk away from things that don't really serve me, because I understand that if that person cannot give me that fulfillment, there's somebody out there who will. When you're in your feminine energy, you're not afraid to stand up and say the things that you want and desire, because you know that you can get those things. Just because that person, that thing, that job in your life is not supplying that, does not mean that it's on the way. Sometimes we get so caught up on the actual thing, the actual person that is delivering that blessing to us, that we miss it because we want something to fulfill that's not really meant to fulfill that position. But when you're in your feminine energy, you don't have to worry about when it's coming, how it's coming, what is it going to look like. You know that you're going to attract it. As a feminine energy, you know inside of you is going to manifest your desires no matter what. And as long as you are honing in and you are actually listening to the things that you want and that you desire, there's no reason for you to lose. Being in a woman position is so powerful. We quite literally bring life into this world. So why wouldn't you think that you are powerful enough to create the life that you envision? Why wouldn't you think that you are powerful enough to say nope and wash something out of your life completely and not bring it back? When I did tap into my feminine energy, I was able to appreciate life more. be able to appreciate the little things about myself that are actually super huge things. I would say even down to my natural hair. I enjoyed my natural hair. I loved when it was loose, when it was curly. I thought that I was at a position in my life to switch over and really truly harness in how I felt naturally, how I felt like I would be able to show up in the world. And once I went through that transition and I changed myself around, I realized that I didn't feel comfortable in that person. I quickly pushed her away because I realized that the feminine energy that I was showing was only on the inside. The feminine energy that you can possess is not only in jewelry, not only in pictures, not only in what guy is going to like you more. You do not have to have people like you every single second of the day, and you could still be the most powerful, beautiful queen out there. And there are so many others that live amongst you that will have her king come to her in the time that it is meant to come. You will have your blessings come to you in the time that it is meant to come, but you have to actually harness that inside. A lot of people can confuse jewelry and dresses and looking a certain way on the outside as your feminine energy, when that is just an expression of it. Once you actually realize the things that you deserve inside, and that yes, you will be beautiful, just as beautiful, once you take this piece of jewelry off, once you take this piece of clothing off, it'll be so much easier for you to go about life. It'll be so much easier for you to just flow. It is important to flow. It really is. When you decide to go against what the universe is trying to give you, it doesn't really go well. Have you ever really been sitting about something and thinking, I don't know if I should do this? And there's something in your head telling you, nope, I don't think you should either. You shouldn't do that at all. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyways. And it doesn't go right. And have you ever had something happen in your head where you're like, I think I should do this. Like, I don't know. Something's still telling me all the odds could be against you from what you see in your eyes, but something inside is still telling you that that is what you should go after. It is because that strong intuition and that strong voice is inside of you. It's not about what you see on the outside. That is what you call faith. Feminine energy is all about faith. It is all about trusting that we can attract what we are. You don't have to go out there and seek anything. All you have to do is be your strongest, most beautiful self. That jewelry, that dress is not going to complete the actual feminine and the actual strength in you if you don't believe that you have that strength inside. I thought that so long, taking pictures and having my hair straight and look in the way that I thought would be appealing to others would actually serve me as a woman. And it didn't take me until undressing those habits and actually figuring out what's going on inside, and not just dressing up the outside, to make me realize, okay, this is what makes me a woman. It's not putting on this dress and then healing out my heartbreak with a rap song. It was sitting in that love song and realizing I need to cry to this with shorts on and a baggy shirt. That's what helped me tap into my feminine energy. That's what helped me show myself true love. That's what helped me ground myself and realize you don't deserve that. Because I sat down and I took the time to say, scratch everything that has swore it was meant for me. What do I actually deserve? What do I actually want inside of my life? And what can I truly envision if I just sit down and think? Now, when I get up, I feel like we can go ahead and take it into another direction. Jewelry, dresses, shoes, you add that into your feminine self on the outside to help express yourself and exude the power that you feel within. As a person, as a human being, as a spiritual being, as a spirit, it is important for us to align our emotions, align our chakras. As we all know, we have our root, we have our sacral, we have our solar, we have our heart, we have our throat, we have our third eye, and then we have our crown. Those are our 7 chakras. It is important to tap into those chakras because each thing is going to help push us into another level of developing the person that we are meant to be and truly healing up us from a deeper level. There's things such as dancing and movement and just truly going about the wind. And there's truly something beautiful about that pushes us into all of the things that we are meant to have. You'll be surprised when you go with life's flow how like easy it is to get everything you actually desire and actually deserve. Like, it's so easy. It's so easy. You just have to actually be yourself. You have to figure out the things that you want and put your foot down and don't allow anything else to happen. When you're in that relationship, stop trying to, even in that friendship, in that family, stop trying to force people to be things. As a feminine energy, you have to stay and you have to hone in your feminine energy and realize that you cannot outbalance a masculine energy. You have to be level-headed, be with yourself, be one within yourself, and pray and hope that you can encourage them and inspire them to be better. And if not, maybe that wasn't aligned for you. Maybe that wasn't the person for you. Maybe that wasn't the path they were meant to take. And there's something in your ego that wants them to be where you are. But in your feminine energy, you will know that you will attract the things that you were actually meant to. And anything else that doesn't serve you will fall to the wayside. Now, people will be in your life for chapters and reasons and seasons, but that is important to watch things flow and grow away, to have hip movements, to dance, to allow us to just breathe, to move with the wind. I was actually healing my throat chakra on my way home with this hurts, and it was crazy because I started to sing this song. It was the song on my heart. And I started to sing it over and over and over again. I kept saying, I am dancing in the wind. I am dancing in the wind. So the hurts playing in the background. And it just felt so good. And it just felt like a symbol of freedom. It felt like I was actually free in the things that I am choosing to do into my life and to bring into my life and choosing to do. It feels like I'm just dancing with the wind, that I'm flowing with life, that I am touching the parts of me that need to be touched. Literally. It feels like the movement is coming back for me. I am meditating more than I've ever have. I've been working on my throat chakra a lot, my heart chakra. I've been putting on hurts. I've been taking deep breaths and movements, all of these things, and dancing and freeing myself to try to become one in the person that I know that I'm trying to become. It's really, really important to me to really find my truest essence of femininity, to really find myself in all of its glorious ways, and not be so caught up on the things that don't matter, the things that cause me to go outside and unaligned with myself. We all know that we need masculine energy to balance us out, but I feel like us staying and us harnessing in our feminine energy will naturally help the masculine, because once we put our foot down, we naturally are saying the things that we desire and that we attract. We are going to get those things, and we're naturally saying all of the things that we don't want and that we are going to put up with. That's when the masculine energy comes in and it evens us out and says, okay, these are the things that we will give you. Setting my feminine boundaries has helped me with more self-care. It's helped me care more about my self-image, how I show up to the world. It's not about showing up to the world as far as what hairstyle would they like the most. I don't care that somebody would like a wig more than they would like my natural hair. It's about, how do I feel walking outside with this hairstyle? Do I feel like the most confident girl in the room, even when there's so many different shapes and sizes and looks, and know that I am still just as powerful because I am in my feminine energy. I'm honing in myself, and I know that anything that I am not attracting is not aligned with me. It's not meant to be a part of my past. In this particular part, me and my sister had a very intimate conversation about how other women can truly inspire you, and how I, growing up, did not see other women, or how it's just a thing of how other women could possibly not see people as an inspiration growing up, or they were caused to be a part of jealousy in their household, anything of that sort. So looking at another woman, it was seen as jealousy, or it was seen as insecure, or you wanted to be like them. And how truly growing up and being in womanhood allows you actually to have beautiful inspiration. And how those people that I even started to run into now, I felt like were so inspiring through social media, and suddenly I'm in those rooms with those same people, and you look up one day and you're like, did I find that beauty in myself? It's the thing that I thought was so wonderful, I actually possessed. And that's why I thought they were so beautiful, because you have that inside. And how it's actually beautiful to get that inspiration from other women in womanhood, and be able to get that advice, and how she felt about how it's no such thing as jealousy. It's just the moving process of how you are allowing my mind to expand, how you are allowing my heart to expand, how it's truly important to have those people around you that can remind you of yourself, or what and who you are trying to be. And that can push you even further in femininity, and how that has played a huge part in who I am and who I'm becoming today, and she as well. And so I wanted to share that, and I'm sorry that that part got snipped. I really wanted you guys to hear it, so I ran it back on a huge summary. You have to keep speaking, you have to keep saying, you have to keep moving. After every single person, after every single job, after every single experience, you will realize more what you like. You will sit and harness in your feminine energy more once you realize, okay, this is the thing that I want to attract. I don't need to chase the things that don't really align with me anymore. I never really did, that I thought did, and that's why I was chasing them so much, because they were never meant to be mine. The things that you attract, they don't necessarily have to stay for a lifetime, but they're for a reason and a season. You can go back to my old video, the last one I just posted, to really understand the breakdown of that. But overall, you have to move, you have to sway, you have to get that trauma out of your womb. I move my hips, I connect with the grounding of earth. I do these things so that I could just feel one with me. Tapping into my divine femininity and still doing it till this day has been a beautiful journey on its own, of finding myself, finding the things that I truly love about life, realizing that I can attract those things and go after them, and be able to be one, to be free to know that everything that is meant for me will align as long as I tap inside of myself, pour that self-love into myself, be that nurturer, that caterer to myself, and give it to other people, knowing that I will get it back times 10. Encourage you to go inside of it, go inside of yourself, to find your true freedom of being that butterfly that people don't really understand the beauty of you until it comes out and it's at the forefront for everybody to feel it, for everybody to touch. Be that butterfly, go out and be one with the wind. I'm dancing in the wind. I actually wrote a poem. It's called The Freedom of Healing Self, the Grounded Feminine. I am dancing in the wind, my feet touching rooted ground. Soil seeps through the cracks of my toes, dirt covering outer flesh as I walk on the floors of Gaia's home. I feel her energy trickle up my dress, pants, shorts compress, cannot wrap around tight enough for her sacral wisdom not to be kept. Next to my sacral, she trickles down and pushes movement through my hips. She rises up my chest. A solar universe is she within. Trauma being pulled out of my heart, the energy spilling out of my left breast. Yes, I can speak, throwing up love symbols you'll feel in my vibrations before you hear me speak. She who told me I gotta get up. Drums, rain sticks in my ears, I'm finna move to the beat. I close my eyes, deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Mrs. Four Eyes looking 3-eyed, my third eye came alive. It has me seeing things clearly. I've woken up to a world of surprise, where I can be myself, be around those and possess those actions and qualities of my own significancy. Fixing my crown, and with the head held high, I realized I am a worthyful queen, a celestial being. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially if you made it this far. I really hope that you got something from this video and that there was a message in here that helped heal you, whether you are male or female or no identification. You are a wonderful spirit and a wonderful soul, and I thank you so much for aligning your soul with my video and being on this path of alignment with me. I wanted to take the time to say that poem was an alignment of chakras. I started at the root and I headed towards the crown because everything does start at the root. Your root chakra helps keep you grounded and is responsible for your sense of stability and security in life. Your sacral chakra represents your creativity and sexual energy. Your solar chakra has to do with your confidence and your self-esteem, also known as your solar plexus. Happy solar eclipse season, by the way. Your heart chakra represents love, self-love, and governs relationships. Your throat chakra represents the ability to speak and communicate effectively and correctly. Your third eye represents your intuition and your foresight. Your crown chakra has to do with your connection to the divine and your higher consciousness. I encourage you to go inside and figure out the life energy that flows through you in your own way, in your own creative way. And don't forget to get up and dance. Be the wind, touch the wind, be that butterfly, and picture the growth that you can have if you just keep going. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.